Welcome. We're coming to you live from Emerald's 31st annual Groundhog Day conference. This year's theme is the innovation economy. Innovation starts small. With me, I have Derek Fisher. He's one of our longtime analysts. He's been with us over 25 years. His areas of coverage are the technology area, going to be software and services within technology. So, Derek, I want to ask you about AI, but I don't want to talk about what's really at the top of the news right now, which seems to be more hardware related versus for AI. Can you talk about kind of what comes next after this sort of first phase of AI?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mark. I think the thing we look at overall, just around stock performance last year, was hardware clearly outperformed software. And we think that software over the next couple of quarters will start to see at least some level of pickup from AI. I think there's been a lot of ambition around AI. There's been a lot of senior management teams that are about supporting AI in terms of their companies. There hasn't been a whole lot of adoption of AI, and we think there's some reasons for that. No matter how much CEO is trying to push it down to the organization, just some fundamental things that a company has to overcome before they actually begin to adopt AI overall. First off, they need to have a really clean set of organized data, which is always a very difficult thing to have. We think that's an opportunity for some of the data management companies and some of the data management companies that are out there. We also know that there's demand right now for a significant amount of computing power, which is why they're so expensive to get these things up and running, these large language models. We think there's a lot of opportunities in small cap right now. One is around the fact that you have this need for really highly organized data, so that helps out the data management providers. We also think there's a need out there for the proper algorithms. So you hear all these large language models. There's a real scarcity in terms of people that can actually handle this type of information or program it. And we think that's very good for the IT service providers. Additionally, there's always a demand now for increased computing power, which I think that's really reflective in some of the things we're seeing from some of the hardware outperformance. And then there's also around the fact that there's a real need for security. And I think that's really one of the biggest impediments of all of them is the fact that there's going to be a lot of data information out in the market right now. There just isn't a lot of ways to lock it down. So we think that data security is going to be incredibly important for who accesses the data, who uses the data, how the data is being used, and intellectual property rights.
Great. Well, that's fantastic because I think everybody's focused on the hardware. That helps us focus on the software and the services moving forward. Thanks so much. I know you want to get back to the conference. For those of you who would like to see this clip again or any of the other interviews that we do here on site or any of the sessions or our white paper, go to teamemerald.com. Thanks very much.